Evening everybody. Now some good news regarding the replacement parts for the Meccano Maker System tower crane. The good news is that they arrived today. Here we are. All new parts. And what is nice, although it might be, say, only these that are at fault, Meccano have replaced all the angle girders, the 3-inch, the 7.5 and the narrow ones, which work out about 4.25 inch, they're something like 110mm. Sort of a once and for all fix to the problem, even though it might be only one of the parts that is the problem. So a good attempt to cure the problem once and for all. Slight downside that the bag wasn't quite up to it. A bit more tape, if Meccano are watching, a bit more tape would have been good on the ends of the jiffy bags, because the parts are quite heavy. But fortunately Royal Mail, once the parcel got into this country, rebagged it for me. No charge either. The nice thing is that these come in about 2 weeks faster than the minimum time that I was quoted. Now, I haven't been through all my emails to find the dates and exactly what happened with my ordering process, and I know some of you have had problems with communication, what have you. This is what happened to me. At about the time I was doing the original set video, Meccano already knew about the problem. They were just deciding how they was going to go about replacing the parts and getting them to the owners of the sets. Once that was decided, I got an email, and from that email I was to contact Meccano via the website, which I did. In reply to that email, which took about 5 days, and I was starting to think about, am I going to get a reply, shall I contact them again? I got an email giving me two choices. I could ring them in Canada, I think it was Canada, I suppose it could be Los Angeles, but one or the other. I could email them, but if I hadn't emailed them before, what I had to, which I don't think I have, I had to email them again once I got a reply to the first one. So a little bit long-winded there, but the end result was I got the email back saying that the parts had been ordered and they would get to me in 6 to 8 weeks. Now I did reply to that saying I was hoping in this case, with this problem being a fairly widespread problem with the sets, although regarding numbers of sets I don't suppose that many of these have been sold compared to others, just purely because of the price of the set, of course. I was hoping that would have been speeded up a little bit, but you know, there's other sets to make and all that, and there's plans for sets to be put together probably many months in advance. So I suppose you have to wait your turn. Fortunately these come in about 2 weeks, less than the minimum time that they said. So these come in around about a month from me first sending the first email, roughly. I say I haven't been through to work it out exactly, but that's roughly what it is. I know some of you have had problems with communication, but we do moan. It's easy to moan. I think you get frustrated and the adrenaline starts flowing sometimes on some things. Believe me, this is nothing compared to the problems I've had with some steam engines in the past. And hopefully, and from reading the few on the internet that have reported that they've had their spare parts come through, the problem has been fixed. So now I've got to make the crane. Now I don't think it's going to be ready for the Hainault Hangout, but don't forget then folks, the Hainault Hangout Meccano show, Saturday the 5th of December, run by the North East London Meccano Club. Cheap to get in. There's at least 4 rooms I think. I can't remember now from last year. There's one big hall, there's the church itself, there's certainly a smaller room, there's got the entrance area's got models as well, and of course there's tea and cakes, which is good. So maybe we'll see you there. Bye for now folks.